Hello everyone. In this video, we will see a very important topic regarding the skilled worker visa in UK. This is very important. Those who are trying to come to UK using the skilled worker visa, you need to know these things before you come to UK because these things will save you a lot of money, time, and then not losing money. Don't skip this video. Keep seeing all the topics which I'm going to say in this video. It will help you to land in a job without losing your money. That's the main thing. Let's go into the video. The core thing which I want to share in this video is about the job scams related to the Tier 2 skilled worker visa in UK. Many people are started applying for a UK skilled worker visa because the rules has changed. The point based system has come into force from 2021. A lot of people are applying. A lot of people are getting jobs who are well qualified people are getting jobs to UK. They're coming to UK. But however, there are certain people who are trying to use the situation to kind of make the people lose money or kind of dupe the people who are kind of desperately want a job or desperately want to come to UK. Those kind of people are being targeted, and then the scammers are targeting those people and then trying to make money out of the people. If you do the points which I'm going to say, the certain points, you can definitely be aware of what are the scams and also how to identify these scams easily. These examples are based on real case scenarios which I have been receiving from many subscribers who have shared the information to me, asking can you suggest your view whether this particular job offer is real or not. Based on that, I am giving this video. It's I have seen these offer letters, around 5 to 10 offer letters I have seen, and all of them, 99%, not 100% of them are fake. I'll tell you what are the things you need to look into. I'll share the information. What are the things you need to look after in the job offer when you get a job offer from someone saying that they will give you a job in UK. The main thing is a company who has given a sponsor license by UK government, they can only give you a visa for skilled Tier 2 visa. That's the main thing. If the company is present in the government sponsor license list, you can definitely say that that's a good company or genuine company. There are companies, even though they have license from the government to issue sponsor Tier 2 sponsor, but they will not have any major presence in doing the work. They just have a company for the namesake, or they might have received the license by giving the wrong information. But however, if they got the license, so you can believe them, even though after getting the job you might find they are not doing the thing what they have been told by the government or what they have shared with the government. Okay, so main thing is the company which you are applying should be in the government sponsor list. That's the first thing. This list changes every month, and you can check the link. I have given the link in the description. You can check that. Every month the government updates the list of government sponsors, so you can check the link and then use the details of the company and then find whether the company is there. Every company will have the details with what domain they are going to operate, and also the number of license they are kind of allowed by the government. That's the first thing. Second thing is, if you get an offer letter and then it doesn't say anything about the CAS, that is certificate of sponsorship letter or reference number, then definitely it's a duplicate or it's a scam. So don't get into that, or don't further engage them towards paying money or all those kind of things. So if you get an offer letter without mentioning any CAS reference number, that is the sponsor license number, definitely it's not a valid company. There are chances they will tell you that, okay, we are under the process of getting license from the government, so it will take a couple of months, but in the meantime we are trying to recruit people. But don't believe them. You have to get this CAS reference letter or CAS reference number from them. It's a soft copy. Sometimes you can ask for a hard copy. It's nothing but if a company has received 20 licenses, job licenses, they need to assign one to you. That's the main thing. That should have your passport details, first name, last name, date of birth, and the reference number. That is a CAS reference number. When you apply for a visa, you have to enter this CAS reference number in the visa application in the Home Office website. That's the main thing. If you don't get this number, definitely it's a fake company. Don't get into any further engagement with the company which doesn't give you any reference letter or reference number, CAS reference. That's one thing. And then the third thing is the salary. The many offer letters which I have seen as example, they quote the salary in monthly salary, which is definitely not a practice in the UK job industry. They will always either tell you hour basis or annual basis. That's the main thing in the job industry in UK. They will say hour basis salary. Okay, we will give you £100 per hour, or for example, that's too much. I will say they will say £10 per hour or £200 per day, or your salary is 45,000 per year before tax. So that's the main thing. So any company which gives you offer letter should mention the salary in hour basis, day basis, or in an annum, per annum basis. That's the main thing. And if a company says that, okay, we will give you a salary of £8,000 per month after tax, and then we give you a accommodation, car, and then allowance for your children, all those things, these are the things which will entice, or it will attract you to the particular job offer. And then you will think, okay, if I miss this, it's a great opportunity. If I miss this, I will not get anything in the future. And then they will ask you to pay some money. Okay, we are paying the visa fees, can you pay the IHS charge? IHS charge is not very small amount. It's around £500, that is £470 per year you have to pay for a per application IHS charge. So this company will say, okay, we will pay you the visa fees and you pay the IHS, which is nothing but close to £500, a huge money. So don't pay that money as you are attracted to the other things which they have highlighted, like more salary for £5,000 salary. So what you need to do is, first you need to check what is the going salary for these kind of roles in the UK. What is the salary other companies are giving? So you have a minimum limit, you have a maximum limit. So there will be for example, a project manager job. They might give you £45,000 as a minimum, and then they might go till £100,000 for a very highly complex project manager jobs. So this is a bracket. Within this bracket, you can find out, okay, whether the offer letter is within this bracket or not. If it is not, then definitely don't go further with the offer letter. And the other thing is, find the company details in the internet. If the company is genuine, they should have a proper website with lot of details, with the projects, with the who they are, what are they doing, what is their domain, what they are working. All those details will be given in the website. If you don't find them in the website, definitely it's not a genuine company. Or some companies, recent example, there was a company called some hotel, and they have mentioned that the website is very fine. It's very good website. It's all designed with a professional look and feel. But what happened in the website was, it is a hotel website, but that website details about a UK hotel, but the room prices are in Canadian, because they copied the content from some other websites. That's one thing. And there is no way to book a room, because they mentioned we have a huge banquet hall, we have a meeting hall, we have a lot of rooms, we have a specialty shoots. All those things, details are there in the website, but there is nowhere a place to book the rooms, or book the whatever the amenities they are mentioning. So that's the main thing. And check the address in the website. Whatever the address they are given, go to Google Maps and then find that address, whether it is there or not. Because Google Map is very much accurate in showing the locations or the addresses of the businesses. So you check the name of the address, or put the postcode and the details what you see in the website into Google Maps, and find what is there actually in that place. So in some cases, what happened, one of the subscribers sent me details. What happened was, he was told there is a farm in Whitechapel in London, and then there was address. When I put the address, it was showing address of a school in Whitechapel. So how come a school will become a farm? Because that school is there for past 20 years, but this farm has just been created for the sake of making sure someone is duped with this information. So that's the main thing. So check the address in the Google, whether the location shows the correct address details, and then in that particular address, Google shows the correct details of the business, whether it is there. Sometimes a business might be showing somewhere in the middle of a highway. So those are things you need to make sure it's not a correct indication. It's a fake or a scammers trying to dupe you. That's one thing. And then lot of offer letters I have seen, example shared by the subscribers, what they're showing is WhatsApp number should not come into the offer letter. All the offer letters should have a landline number. In UK, landline number starts with 010203 or 08 numbers, or these are the landline numbers. Anything starts with 07 is a mobile number. So no one will put a mobile number in their offer letter or any appointment order. So don't believe that. That's a fake or a scammer. So don't believe that. That's one of the indication. And another thing is, if someone says that okay, we will not have a face-to-face interview, we'll have all WhatsApp telephone interview, means definitely don't entertain further. They are the scammers. They will scam you, and don't go further for those. Main thing is, if you're applying for a job, you should find a job and you should apply the job. And when you apply the job and you get into interview stage, it should be a Zoom or a face-to-face interview. In this pandemic, face-to-face is very less now, so what they're doing is video call. So they might use Microsoft Teams or Zoom call or even WhatsApp video call. Then only you will know that this is a genuine. Okay, even after that stage, there might be fake or scammers, they operating, just trying to set up a fake video call interview. But genuine companies will have a separate department to call you and then book a interview and then have a face-to-face video call interview. That's the main thing. And sometimes some companies might see your profile in the job portal and then they will call you. After the calling and after first round of telephonic interview, definitely without face-to-face or video call, they will not give you offer letter. So make sure, if any companies try to give you offer without seeing your face, definitely you are being scammed, or there is a fake company there. That's the main thing. The other examples which I've seen is the company is asking to pay you money. They pay you money in the sense, someone in the Indian embassy, someone in the consular of British embassy will take care of your case, and then they will contact you and you need to pay money to the particular account. And they are also showing something like a bank challan or a blank voucher or bank slip showing that, okay, we have paid you visa fees, which is 50,000 rupees, and you need to pay only the IHS charge, which is some amount. So don't do that. Okay, if you transfer money on your own to any account in banking industry, you will not get the money back, even though you are paying the money to a scammer, because the bank clearly says that, is this authorized by you? Are you doing it in your own minds? You know this person? All those questions are asked. So make sure you paying to the right person. But however, when you apply for a visa, you will be paying money to the government home office website. It's not something you directly pay to a person or a bank. So don't do that. That's the main thing. Don't lose your money. You will not get the money back. So these are the main things you need to check when you are applying for a job, or if you are being offered a role, or if you get a kind of a offer letter. See the address in the Google, see the phone number, whether it is a landline number, not a WhatsApp number. That's one thing. And country code for UK is +44. So if you see +44 plus starting with 7, then it's a mobile number. Don't believe that. And then the monthly salary should not be there in the offer letter. It should be annual salary. And then the company should be in the government approved sponsor list. These are the main things you have to look after before you are paying money or paying the fees for the visa. There are some genuine brokers, on the sense job consultancy, which will offer you job for some service fee. They are there, but make sure you check with the previous successful candidates, and then you pay the money. That's the main thing. So because you are making a very huge decision in your life with a lot of monetary or money involved, so make sure it is useful for you for the future career. Hope this video makes sense and then gives you information about fake job scams and how they are operating. We'll see in the next video. Until then, bye.